Well, hi there, everybody, and good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Tuesday morning, August 4th, 2026. What a difference a day is going to make out there. It is going to feel so much different than what we had out there yesterday when we had all that heat and very hot conditions in southwest Nebraska. It's going to be so much cooler out there for today. A couple of showers around. We're going to be talking about that as well this morning. We've got a few more chances of rain. The heat will eventually return, so this is just kind of a little brief taste of fall that we're going to get for today. But looking back at yesterday real quick here, it was very warm, getting up into the mid to upper 80s, 90s, and even triple digits. The state's high 105 in McCook, 104 in Norton, Kansas, 101 in Imperial, 100 in Ogallala. A lot of us, though, in the 90s, upper 80s, low 90s around the Tri-Cities area, 90 degrees in Ord and Broken Bow, 88 for Lincoln, 98 in North Platte. But a cold front has come through. You saw some showers and thunderstorms last night. I had a nice light show. I stayed up late last night and just sat outside and watched some crazy lightning strikes. A lot of cloud to ground lightning with that here. And I did get one screenshot. Hold on real quick, see if I can find it here. I'll see if you guys can see it or not here from there, right there. I'll bring it up real quick to the camera. There were some really cool shots, but it was like when I didn't have my camera on is when some of the really cool lightning strikes came. So anyway, things are much different now. Of course, we had showers and thunderstorms out there, and so that's brought a lot of clouds around. Behind our front, we've got a lot of clouds around as well. Some of the convective clouds bring more of the whiter tops. That's where you have more of the rain and the thunder showers this morning. We've seen a number of those just popping up in the last hour or two around the area. And then along with that, there are quite a few clouds, low levels. There's also a lot of smoke. You may have seen a lot of that smokiness yesterday in the upper levels, filtering out the sunshine. Now, with the clouds around today, you may not notice as much of it, but there's a chance some of that could come a little lower, closer to the ground. Alyssa mentioned she smelled it this morning. I didn't. If you smell smoke, let me know in the comments section if you're smelling that or not this morning here, because I did not notice it. But hey, some people may be noticing it out there this morning here. Let's take a look at some of the cameras around the area this morning. Starting off with Grand Island, where we do have some clouds around. No rain right now. A little shake to the camera this morning due to the wind that we've had behind our cold front. It was a little windier earlier this morning. The winds have come down a little bit, but still going to be a breezy day today. So a lot of clouds around Grand Island, Hastings. I believe our other Hastings camera is down. Yeah, it's down. It's been down all morning. I don't know what happened with that one there. Here's a look at Kearney with the clouds. Not completely overcast, but pretty close anyway. Here's a look at Lincoln. That camera's still having some issues with all the moisture in the dome there, so we'll take a look at the other Lincoln camera. Here's Seward County looking east. A lot of low clouds in there, and I wonder if there isn't some moisture in the camera, the dome there. I've noticed it's almost looked foggy every day, and I don't think there's that much fog out there this morning, so there might be just a little bit of moisture in the camera dome there. Here's a look at York. Lots of low clouds. There might be a little smokiness as well. We've had some rain in northern Nebraska. O'Neill's had a few showers and thunderstorms close by. North Platte, a couple of spotty showers are trying to pop up. I didn't have a chance of rain in the forecast for North Platte, and I did decide to add in a 20% chance this morning because there is a little bit popping up around you, and a few models are now kind of hitting at that small chance anyway. So let's take a look at radar. We'll zoom in here and show you some of the thunder shower activity. Southern Harlan County, around Harlan Reservoir now. Heavier rain just west of Elma. Northern Kansas there in Phillips County. Other showers in southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas, pretty spotty and kind of trying to clear out a little bit. But that was a little new development here in central Nebraska, north of Kearney, between there and Pleasanton. Not far from Pleasanton, actually, just southeast of town. A little bit around the Caro area and up into Howard County. A couple of showers, Greeley, Valley County. Back to the west here, northern parts of Custer County now seeing a little shower west of Sargent. And then other thunder showers popping up in the Sandhills now. One of those approaching the Mullen area in Hooker County along Highway 2 there. That one might have a little small hail within some of that there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some small hail just south of Highway 2 right around the railroad tracks there. southern Cherry County. That's a little more intense than anything I've seen this morning so far. Other activity across north central and northeast Nebraska here. Again, I mentioned O'Neill. You've been close by to some of those showers. A lot of it has just been along and south of Highway 20 this morning. That extends into northeast Nebraska. Not as much in east central Nebraska, maybe a little bit there earlier near the Omaha metro area, but now most of that is pushed east of Omaha. A couple of showers there near Louisville, and a couple other spotty showers in other parts of southeast Nebraska right now. So there you have it. So that is the small picture. Here's back to the big picture right now. Chester County there. Here's some of that to the north here. And again, the Niobrara River Valley getting maybe some 1-inch amounts in a few spots there in parts of Kippahaw County, Boyd, and northern Holt County, and then southern Holt County just south of O'Neill, just southwest of town, some good rain there. The airport sits just west of O'Neill, and 40/100ths there, so I think just south of there was a little bit more. Not a whole lot. Spotty showers here and there. In the Tri-Cities area, I didn't check my rain gauge this morning. I wonder if I got a decent rain or not. I bet I had probably as much as Hastings. It felt like it was coming down for a little while pretty good, but I don't think it couldn't have been much more than 10 to 20/100ths of an inch of rainfall. Some of the higher amounts kind of falling from northeast Buffalo County into southwest Hall County and into northern Adams County last night. And that was late last night. Looks like a little bit falling, a decent amount there northeast of McCook there along the border between Red Willow and Frontier County. So temperatures are out there this morning are 40s in northwest Nebraska, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Our cold front is basically right about here, roughly. You'll see it a little bit better on the wind map in just a little bit here. Dew points are still a little elevated to the southeast in the 60s, which isn't terrible, but notice the drier 50s and 40s to the northwest and to the west here. A lot drier air there. Again, this is a better way of telling where our front is. Look at the wind direction. Most places are now behind the front. I would say it's roughly, again, about right there. There was a south wind when I came into work this morning in Hebron. Even at 5 o'clock, it was still a south wind, but it switched out of the north. The winds were quite strong in spots for a while. They've come down quite a bit. They're now about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Still a few gusts, 25 to 30. These are lighter, though, than they were even an hour ago. So those wind speeds have come down just a little bit here. So we're going to get into the forecast here in just a second here. I do want to go through some of the comments just very briefly here. I won't have a lot of time for them here, but Christy says good morning. Let's actually go to YouTube first real quick here. Barb with the good morning there. I appreciate that, Barb. Thank you very much. Christy says good morning. Michael says good morning. About 6,500s there in the Atkinson area, so a nice little rain there. Jennifer, good morning to you. Says great shot. Yeah, that lightning strike. It's just basically people may ask, how do I get a good lightning shot? I just take video, and then once I get a good strike of lightning, I go through it and I get a screenshot of that specific moment in time, and that's how I can get that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on how good my phone catches it, so, and how long the lightning shot lasts. Michael also says, nice shot. Tammy says, yeah, there were a lot of good lightning strikes last night as I was watching that. And then Chris says the lightning was vicious. Yeah, I thought it was some very sharp lightning last night as I was watching it come into town. I sat there for about a half an hour until really it started to rain, and it wasn't that far away. It was just very slow to get to my area here. Last night. Christy saying, awesome photo. Good morning, Tammy. Bonnie says, still pretty cloudy here. We did get sprinkles last night. That was probably about it. Yeah, not a lot of rain there. Tammy says about 10/100ths up in the Burwell area. So that is all the comments that I have. Oh, Barb said 3/100ths of an inch there in Grand Island, in central Grand Island, so not a whole lot. So anyway, I'm going to send you to a 1-minute commercial break, and then we are going to get started with this forecast. All right, welcome back in, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started with this forecast just because I'm looking at the time here and it's already 7:17 and it tells me I need to get moving or else we're going to have some issues here. So I'm going to hit the record button. We'll get started. Here we go. Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Kleneski here on this Tuesday morning here, August 4th, as we take a look at things. A much different day today compared to the very warm to hot conditions that we had across the area yesterday. Significant cool down. But the other thing I want to get into first, before even talking about the cooler weather or the rain out there, is the smokiness out there. A lot of you may have noticed it yesterday. I certainly did. A lot of upper level smoke, and a lot of this is from those wildfires in Washington, around the Spokane area on the left side of your screen there. Big time wildfires going on. It sounds like started from arson from what I've heard anyway. That was one of the stories nationally. Well, we have had a lot of that smoke move overhead. Some of that, it's not going to be as noticeable today because of all the clouds around. You may not see, it may be tougher to see in the upper levels of the atmosphere, but there's a chance some of that can come down just a little bit lower for today here. So you may notice a little smokiness out there. And the next couple of days, it's going to be sticking around, probably more noticeable as the sun comes out by tomorrow afternoon and then again on Thursday as well. So we may continue to see some of the smokiness around for a while. Hit or miss showers and isolated thunderstorms around this morning and quite a few clouds. We're not seeing very much sun out there this morning. Futurecast is way more pleasant with the sunshine, but we're not seeing a lot of sun. And with the clouds around today and some spotty showers and isolated thunderstorms, we had a cold front come through. That's cold front's basically going to be down to our south here today. So with that front down to our south, it's going to be a much, much cooler day. Breezy northeasterly winds, north and northeasterly winds at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, drawing in that cooler air. So you can kind of get an idea of the winds there. And again, hit or miss showers and isolated thunderstorms, some of which could continue into this evening. No severe weather expected. Late tonight and into tomorrow morning. So well after midnight and into tomorrow morning, this is when our chances start to pick back up. Numerous scattered showers and thunderstorms out here. And I've been noticing some of the forecast models have been very aggressive along the I-80 corridor here with the heavier rain. Not expecting severe weather, but maybe a little more lightning with this activity here and some nice downpours. This will continue tomorrow morning, but by the afternoon hours, a lot of this is going to start to clear on out. Some sunshine will return and we'll start to warm up a little bit for your Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. It looks pretty quiet. One thing we'll watch for late Wednesday night into Thursday morning, maybe some areas of fog in southern and eastern parts of the area. High temperatures today will struggle. 60s and 70s for highs. This is a little taste of fall for today. There might be a couple of low 80s in the southeast, but most of us mid to upper 60s, low to mid 70s this afternoon. Very well below average for this time of the year. Average highs are in the mid to upper 80s. Down into the 50s and low 60s tonight. A very nice night temperature-wise out there. The winds are going to calm down. Tomorrow, back into the 70s for most of us. Might see a few low 80s up north. More 80s back towards western Nebraska. Tomorrow night, back to the 50s and low 60s. Again, another very nice night. Might be able to open up the windows these next couple of nights. Of course, watch for the rain, especially tonight, tomorrow morning. And then again, the smokiness, that we'll see if that may be an issue as well. But if that's not an issue, might be a chance to open your windows out there. We start to warm up on Thursday, back up into the 80s. Notice a few low 90s, southwest Nebraska, up into Cherry County, and then a little more heat in the Panhandle. That heat is going to expand eastward on Friday here. So Thursday night into Friday morning, a little bit of a warmer night now, back into the 60s for lows. And then Friday, the heat starting to build in a little bit more, upper 80s and low to mid 90s. More heat. Out west, maybe a little bit more yet. We're going to see that heat spread across the area through the weekend and early next week. So clouds around today, a spotty chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms today. Temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70 for a high. Best chance of rain for the next 7 days is going to come in late tonight and tomorrow morning. About a 70% chance in the Tri-Cities. I think we'll see more sun in the afternoon to get that temperature up into the mid-70s. The nights are going to be nice and cool, though. But then we get up into the 80s on Thursday, more sunshine. I did throw in a small chance of a thunderstorm Thursday night. In fact, almost every night, somebody in our area is going to have a chance. Trying to predict it right now is very difficult, though. But the trend is going to be for more sun and warmer temperatures to make their return as we get into next week. And again, any kind of rain chances, most of those are going to be at night. Looking down the road, the heat sticking around through Monday and then maybe coming down a little bit here. We're not quite so hot, but still warm. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Let's look at North Platte. Cool today. Slight chance of rain and thunder showers this morning. A better chance is about a 50-50 chance late tonight after midnight through early tomorrow morning. After that, there aren't too many chances. Temperatures do start to trend upward in the days ahead. Nights aren't too bad the next couple of nights, though. But then we're starting to talk mid-90s for highs, 60s for lows. Again, I threw in a small chance of rain and thunderstorms Friday evening, Friday night. And right now, this forecast when it comes to precipitation and how the chances look right now is probably one of the more difficult parts of the forecast because forecast models are all over the place with those chances. Some have them, some don't. Some are on different days than others. Makes it a very tough forecast. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Looking down the road here, again, that heat settling in for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then temperatures come down just a little bit Tuesday through Thursday back into the mid to upper 80s. But as of right now, the Climate Prediction Center says basically the middle of August is still going to be above average during that time frame. So maybe a little more heat trying to build in. We'll see. It does have some additional moisture chances down the road, though, beyond our 7-day forecast. So it does think we'll see some chances down there. We'll see how things play out. Here's the North American model. We'll just rush through this really quickly. We've already showed you the next couple of days. And then so we're going to jump ahead to Thursday night. And again, I mentioned the small chance for the Tri-Cities. There's nothing in the North American model there. This is why that forecast is so difficult. European model, we're going to skip ahead to Thursday because that's kind of where we took or ended with that local futurecast model. So again, Thursday night and a Friday, even North Platte could probably throw a small chance in. Just notice a lot of small chances. But nothing that's really a slam dunk. Maybe the chances get a little better towards Sunday night and Monday morning. We'll see. Chances might get a little bit better next week, though, and that's one thing that the Climate Prediction Center was, they were looking at that above average precipitation towards the middle of the month. That could be some of that right there. GFS, which tends to overdo things, I will warn you on that. Here is today, this morning. Here's tonight. Tomorrow morning. And chances move on out tomorrow afternoon, evening. But it does try to keep at least a few chances around the rest of this week and into the weekend here. So we'll see. It's a tough forecast, I'll be honest with you right now. And then next week, maybe some better chances down the road, just a bit here. Well, due to time, I'm just going to show you a couple of other graphics here because I only have about a minute left before I need to get going here. So again, we are very cool out there today. You can see it right there, the cool air over top of us and to our north. The warm air is kind of at bay for a little bit anyway to our south and southwest. Tomorrow's still kind of cool-ish for this time of the year, but we will see that warmth build in on Friday and more so, on Thursday and then more so Friday through the weekend. Lots more heat, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then comes the slight cool down, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe some heat trying to build back in towards Friday. We'll see. And then here's the GFS. Again, very cool today. Still kind of cool-ish for this time of the year tomorrow, but starting to warm up a little bit. Thursday, warmer yet. And then more of that heat Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then maybe coming down a little bit temperature-wise now. The GFS still has us pretty warm on Tuesday. Maybe temperatures coming down more towards Wednesday, Thursday. And then we'll see where things go from there. That's as far out as this model goes for me for today. So that is what I got for you for today here. I want to thank you all for watching on this Tuesday morning. I will be back with you on Wednesday. Likely going to be raining when I'm recording this tomorrow morning for a lot of areas out there. And then we'll look forward to that next round of heat that's going to settle in towards the end of the week and the second weekend of August. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care and God bless. Bye. All right, just real quick, checking the comments here. A couple other comments coming in here. I do have cut-in coming up in 1 minute, so I'm going to be sending you all over to a commercial break here, that 3-minute commercial in just a little bit. So if you have any more questions or comments, or if you are noticing a smoky smell this morning, let me know. If you've been outside and you've smelled the smoke, let me know, because I really don't know who is and who isn't. Alyssa did mention she thought she smelled smoke. I did not. So hey, if you're smelling a little bit of that smokiness, let me know here. But I'm going to go ahead and send you over to a 3-minute commercial break. I'll be back to wrap things up in just a bit, but I've got to go do my the TV side of things here in just a little bit. So I'll be right back in just a bit. Well, welcome back in, everybody. Just taking a quick seat here, just sitting down after that cut-in I just had on TV here, but I was kind of rushed. I kind of messed up there, so my earbud died on me. The battery died on my earbud, so I had to switch out earbuds in the middle of my cut-in here. I had to go over to the desk and do that here real quick. I did see a couple of comments coming in from a couple of viewers here. Jess says, have a great day. Send some rain to Greeley County. There's a little bit out there right now, and Tammy's mentioning some thunder now. I'm going to go to radar in just a second here. Bonnie Joe mentioning a little bit of smoke here makes it look amber around the sun. Of course, maybe not as much sun today, so you won't notice it as much. But yeah, yesterday there was a time right around late morning and early afternoon where it looked like thicker cloud cover. The smoke was so thick out there, and there weren't much for clouds. It was just smoke, and it was very thick out there yesterday for a time. So those are all the new comments here. I just wanted to mention those real quick here. Let's go to our radar here, and I want to just show you some of the new activity that we have out there, starting in the south again. And again, not a lot has changed in the last 20 minutes, but I've noticed a little more development now around Nance County here, west and southwest of Fullerton, between there and Palmer. And then again, Jeff mentioning Greeley County. There's a little bit popping up there, plus a little more to your west. Seeing some of that pop up. So I don't think it's going to be a super heavy rainfall, but it's something. This is where the heaviest rain is right now. Again, I mentioned Mullen. Well, now it's just downpouring in Mullen, maybe a little tiny hail on the south side of town there. And then just north of Thedford here into southern Cherry County, probably some pretty good rain falling right now. Tammy mentioned Burwell. Yep, you got a nice little shower moving in right now, right over top of you probably. Merlin had 30 hundredths on the southeast part of Hastings, which actually matches the airport on the west side of town. The airport had 29 hundredths, so maybe pretty uniform across town. But yeah, you got one quick shower in Burwell, Tammy, and then maybe one more that's just between you and Taylor that might move in here. So two little brief downpours. It won't last long, though. Other scattered showers and thunderstorms. Look at Pierce. Now, nice little heavy rainfall between there and Hayter, just northwest of Norfolk. There you go. I've been to Pierce once in my life. High school football playoffs got smoked. I think I was a sophomore, maybe a junior. Can't remember. Nice little shower west of Wisner, near Pilger. Driven through there. Nasty tornadoes, 12 years ago, June 14th, or June 16th, 2014 there. But that's what we have out there right now. So you can kind of see everything we have. Again, I've mentioned these spotty showers around North Platte. There's not much, but there's a little bit trying to pop up. I don't know if you're going to get a whole lot. Some of the models were hinting at a whole bunch of thunder showers firing up right in here. Southern Panhandle and Northeast Colorado and pushing east, and they are actually kind of coming to fruition now. So there you go. So that is what we're looking at this time here. So no other new comments coming in on YouTube. Just want to check there, and it looks like that's all the comments on Facebook Live. So I think with that, we're going to wrap things up for today. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Hopefully, if you haven't had much rain yet, get a little bit more. This time tomorrow, we'll probably be talking about more widespread showers and thunderstorms, especially the I-80 corridor. Those that live North Platte to Grand Island, Kearney to Grand Island to Lincoln, probably some pretty good rain and thunderstorms ongoing, a little more frequent lightning with some of that activity as well. So kind of like what we're seeing right now up in the this area here. We may see more of this tomorrow morning, where it's a little bit more in the way of downpours and more frequent lightning, maybe even some tiny hail and some gusty winds. So yeah, so there you go. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the coolness, enjoy the little taste of fall. I will. I love this kind of weather. This is my kind of weather. It is cool weather, not pool weather on a day like today. So I hope you all have a wonderful one, and I will see you all again on Wednesday morning. Talk to y'all later. Bye.